Hello, everybody. I'm the uncle,
I'm the carbuncle.
and it's good to see you all again. We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to go get right to it. This is the first weekend of Major League Baseball. It's on Sunday, Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Passover to everybody. So the first thing we have to talk about is here we are, the fourth game of the season. The Mets haven't played yet, right? And my nephew's a Met fan here, so he's been chomping at the bit. But the Nationals had some positive COVID cases, so they couldn't play. So they postponed the whole weekend. How do you feel about that, Christian?
One of the reasons I'm most upset about it is because I was really looking forward to that DeGrom Scherzer matchup on opening day.
That was gonna doesn't get better than that, right?
It was gonna possibly the two best pitchers in the National League.
Possibly.
DeGrom's obviously the best, but
yeah, he is.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was just so excited to see the Mets play. They have such high expectations, and it got delayed a few days. Not the end of the world. Series will get made up.
Right.
Just unfortunate, really.
In your lifetime, this is the most expectations you've had for the Mets.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 2015, but even 2015, they weren't hyped up this much.
Yeah, no, because they didn't. You got the Lindor deal. You got a really good lineup. You had Carrasco, and now Carrasco is going to miss a couple of months, right?
He'll be back though.
But he'll be back. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's.
Before we move on, plus I'm very high on this Walker guy we got, Taijuan Walker.
Oh yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he'll be a really solid fourth guy.
He's got a chance. What weaknesses do you think the Mets have?
Honestly, the weakness they always have, their bullpen. Is their bullpen going to hold up? You could have all these stud starters going 6, 7, 8 innings with the lead, and then the bullpen comes in and blow it. I was watching the same thing with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole had a 2-1 game, I think, before bullpen comes in and blows it. Mets have the same problem. I guess it's a New York problem.
Well, that Yankee game, I think the Yankee batters blew that first game.
Oh yeah, they went 4 for 28.
They had bases loaded in the seventh inning with one out, and Judge hit into a double play. And then they had a man on third, I think with nobody out. And there was a play at the plate and strikeouts. I mean, I think what's his name? Stanton struck out 0 for 5 with 3 Ks.
You got to support your starting pitcher.
Absolutely.
Dealing that game.
They got to get runs. They got to get some runs there. But in any event, okay. Now, we have different fans in different stadiums. The maximum fans depends on the state. Different states have different rules. What are your thoughts on that? How will that affect the games?
I think it's very interesting, actually, because you could have a lot of different people looking at it from a lot of different angles. One, you could see, there's a different amount of fans each stadium's allowed because obviously the state laws, like you mentioned. Right. Mm-hmm. Will that affect the outcome of games? Will players get more amped up with more fans there at home games and maybe, I don't want to say intimidated because they're pros. Right. They don't get really intimidated, but definitely
has an effect. Though.
Yeah, it definitely has an effect.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just think that's interesting. Some people could think it gives an unfair advantage to these states like Florida that are allowed to have a lot.
Texas.
Marlins, Rays, Texas allowed to have a lot. And then teams in New York were only allowed, I think, they're like 4,000?
Yeah, I think it's 20%, isn't it?
20%, so one-fifth of 40,000.
The Yankees were allowed to have like 10,000.
Yeah, like 7 or 8,000 probably around.
Yeah.
But I just think it'll play a factor going forward.
It will. I think it will be too. A lot of these guys depend. They feed off the crowd, especially on home games, right? Okay, a couple of surprises. The O's are about to sweep the Red Sox in Boston.
In Boston, I mean the Red Sox are bottom of the barrel team, but
I didn't think they were that bad
too.
though. I mean, I thought they were better than the Orioles.
Me too, definitely.
And maybe they'll right the ship, but boy, that doesn't look good.
Orioles have some good young pieces, though.
Yeah. Well, they better.
Drafting.
They've been drafting at the top of the draft, and they traded anybody who was worth anything.
Staying on topic with the Orioles, big shout out to Trey Mancini. Missed the season last year due to colon cancer, I think it was.
Right.
He's back playing again this year in, a year and a half he did it, and he beat it. So I'm proud of that guy.
You got to root for him, yeah. That's the guy you got to root for. How about your boy Mercedes?
Yermin Mercedes, the White Sox rookie. I was watching something. He's 8 for 8, by the way, for his first 8 at bats, which is insane. I was watching something. A lot of guys don't do this, but on 2 strike counts, he doesn't stride his leg. He keeps his leg still, his front leg still, and he just throws his hands at the ball. And it's been working for him so far. It's kind of. I think it puts too much because you're changing your swing really based on the count, but it's working for him. Who am I to tell him different?
Yeah, I mean, look, 8 for 8 is 8 for 8, right? Speaking of that, I noticed I was watching the game last night, Rockies Dodgers, and I noticed Seager is choking up on the bat a little bit, especially when he gets 2 strikes. And I think he's batting like 800. I mean, he's phenomenal. If he stays healthy, he's phenomenal. He's going to get paid, man. He might be playing his way out of LA though. Somebody else might throw just stupid money at him. But we'll see.
But there's something to be said for a championship contending team like the Dodgers. Maybe they don't have to pay as much.
Well, maybe. And look, he's on a team that he knows is going to contend every year. Does he want to go there, or does he want to go to Texas? I mean,
Yeah, I know where I'd be.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get lifetime money either way, whatever he does.
Agreed.
The other thing is Trevor Bauer pitched his first game the other night. Pitched 6 almost perfect innings.
And I told you don't jinx it. He was like, watch the no-hitter bid for Trevor Bauer. Very next inning, lets up a home run.
Yes, Uncle Steven did put the jinx on it, but he still got the win. And
that's what really matters.
He had 10 strikeouts and
looked good too. I think he's starting to silence a lot of the haters that said he's overrated because it was a 60-game season. And I'll admit, I was one of those guys. I was a little wary of him, but I think he's starting to prove. It's obviously one outing, but I think he'll prove that I was wrong.
Well, I hope he does. He's got a little ways to go, but I hope he does. Now, you had an interesting take on a series that I'm really looking forward to this year. The 19 times that the Padres play the Dodgers every year, especially after the offseason they both had. Go ahead. What's your take on it, Chris?
I don't know if the Padres are good enough to hang with the Dodgers in a 7-game series, say if they met in the playoffs.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is, look, their pitching is solid. That's going to hold up. But their lineup just isn't going to hold up, I don't think. I mean, think about it. You have Tatis, stud, obviously. They have this young second baseman, Cronenworth, who's also a beast. Power numbers aren't really there.
Yeah, he's not a beast. He's a good player.
He hits for average. He's better than your average player. He's a beast. He's a beast. Manny Machado's good, not great. Like, I think you agreed with me on that.
Yeah.
Great defensive player, but...
Great arm, great defensive player. Bit of a punk.
I agree, yeah. But you're seeing a lot of that now in the game, and it's not really frowned upon.
But he takes it to a different level. Like when he stepped on the Brewers first baseman.
Oh yeah, he gets malicious with it.
Yeah, he gets frustrated and he gets very punkish. Listen, Padres have a really good team. You know, no question. I think the Dodgers are better.
I agree. I don't think Hosmer's what he used to be, and he'll be batting cleanup for them probably the whole season.
Right.
Tommy Pham, I like him.
He's okay.
Solid player.
He's okay.
Solid player. Will Myers, not the old Will Myers he used to be.
Yeah, I mean, Pham's a nice player. He's nothing special. He's not a power hitter. He's not a 320 hitter. He's a nice player.
And then after that, 7 and 8 really aren't there for you.
That lineup can be pitched to, in my opinion. Good pitcher, good
Especially
command,
with the staff like the Dodgers.
good control. Yeah,
Buehler, who's developed.
They can pitch to him. Yeah, I'm really excited this year to see May pitch every 5th day as well. He's good. That kid's good, man.
20 years old too.
No, he's like 23 now, I think. But still, 23. He's had World Series experience. You know.
Padres also have some stud pitchers too.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Paddock, who's young still. I think he'll be developing pretty nicely. Addition of Yu Darvish, Mike Clevenger, I think it's going to be pretty scary.
Well, Clevenger might not even pitch this year, right?
Tommy John, yeah.
Yeah. So
Lamet still.
Lamet, yeah. When he's on, he's great, but he's got to go out to the mound every 5 days too, right?
He was the ace of that staff last year, and
then
they
he got
said
hurt.
if Clevenger was healthy, he'd be the third guy.
Yeah. See, here's the deal. Pitches break, you know. Pitches, if they stay healthy, that's one thing, but a lot of times pitches break. I'm very excited to watch today. To watch Urias pitch because he's just coming into his own. He's only 26, I think, right? 26, 25. I'm very excited, and he's in his walk year too, and that's an incentive as well. But after the way he pitched in the playoffs last year, especially the World Series, I'm really excited to watch him pitch, and then May pitch on tomorrow, Monday. So that'll be fun to watch. I still don't see. I think the National League East, where your New York Mets are, I think that's going to be a 3-team race. I don't see Philly being there. I'm sorry.
I don't either. I'm just happy they're beating the Braves right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, the Braves are going to be there.
Nationals,
I think the Nats will be there too. I don't see Philly being able to compete with those 3 teams. Those are 3 really good teams. So that'll be fun to watch. And we had a little dust up yesterday with the Cardinals and Cardinals play Cincinnati.
Reds.
Yeah. What's his name got drilled? Castellanos got drilled with a pitch, and then he came in to score a run. And he got in the face of the pitcher who was covering home plate, and then Molina got involved, and it became a whole mess. But that'll be interesting to watch going forward as well, especially if the Reds can play well during the year. You got anything else, brother?
I was just thinking that both NL West and NL East divisions are stacked with teams that, well, NL West is a little more top heavy.
Yeah.
But I think the wild cards for the playoffs, it's not an expanded playoffs this year again.
Nope.
It's not. So it's back to normal.
Yep.
And I think either the Mets or Braves are going to get one wild card spot from the East, and then Padres and Dodgers. So I think that either way, that's a very exciting wild card game, and then it'll be exciting playoffs. I think this year is going to be possibly an all-time year for baseball.
I think it'll be a really good year too, and it's coming back. I think there'll be more fans as the season goes on, and also it lends a little spice to that Central Division. Even though the teams aren't as good, there's bad blood already, right? They just had a little bit of a melee, and now only one team from that division is going to make the playoffs. You would have to think.
Cubs,
right?
Cardinals, Reds.
Yeah, I mean Brewers.
Brewers maybe.
I mean, look, anything could happen in that division.
If
Nobody's
Yelich comes back.
a big team.
Strong.
Yeah. Okay. So, welcome back. It's good talking to everybody. Thanks for listening. I'm the uncle.
I'm the Carbuncle. We hope you have a great Easter.
Yes.
Spend time with your families.
Amen. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
He is risen.
Yes, sir.